Hey there, Instagram. It's taken a while for, hey, here we are. It took a minute for everybody to go live everywhere else. But now we have everybody here. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to talk about tonight's topic. Anybody stuck at six, shall we say, even multi six figures, but you find yourself hitting like that same level every year and you want to say, how can I go from multi six to multi seven? Let me tell you, it is possible. Let me break it down for you tonight. Okay. Welcome in the room. I cannot wait to break it down for you right now. Let's take a journey to multiple seven figures. Now, as you're coming in, let me just quickly let you know who I be, and then I'm going to break down my 3 quick tips for you tonight to help you go from multi six to multi seven. So, my name is Dr. Avis. I am your business elevation strategist. I am also the multi seven CEO of Media to Millions and the creator of the $1 Million Pivot. I have my next business intensive where I'll be teaching a very critical part of this strategy at that specific complimentary intensive. So if you have not grabbed your spot yet, hey, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and grab it by going to themilliondollarpivot.com. That's themilliondollarpivot.com. Hey there, how you doing? I have it pinned for you guys right at the top of the comments on Instagram. Everyone else, it should be here. Okay, so just go ahead and click on it and grab your seat and then get some popcorn. Okay, because I have some stuff to share tonight. All right. So let's talk about this. I know for me, when I started my business, I was able to quickly accelerate to my first 6 figures. And a lot of it was because, quite frankly, I had to. Okay. How many of you are in a situation where you have to? Okay. I was in a situation where I started my business not too long after leaving a job that involved some very interesting shenanigans. I'll just put it like that. And that happened not too long after leaving a husband that also involved some very interesting shenanigans. I crack myself up sometimes. Hey there, Sorabel. How you doing? But that's not what we're talking about tonight. Okay. However, I found myself in this situation because of that, leaving the job not too long after leaving the husband, in a situation where honestly failure wasn't an option. Okay. Failure was not an option. And so when I started my business, I didn't have time to be messing around. Okay. I had to make it work. So I did what I had to do to get the 6 figures really quickly. I was able from there to eventually elevated, not too long after that, elevated to multiple 6 figures. But that's where I remain for several years. I don't know if there's anybody here. Girl, you got that right, Sarah Bell. Never have an option. Hello. I don't know if there's anybody here that has had that situation. Hey there, I wish I knew who this was. Facebook won't let me be great, but hey, great to see you. um, I have to say, it's frustrating. Is it if you're there, if you're someplace right now, for example, in your business where you're hitting a revenue ceiling and you found that you've been there for several years, is it not frustrating? Like it is frustrating. Like every year you're like, I'm trying to think of a different way to get over this hump. And every year it kind of keeps being, hey there, how sweet of you. Hey, Man of Steel, great to see you. Great to see you. Um, and so there I was year after year after year, hovering around like the 250, the $300,000 range. I sat there for several years. And what was really sad was honestly, I was working. It's not even like I was chilling, you guys. I was working. I was hustling. Okay. I was doing all the things, right? I was an author. I was a speaker. I was out here at DE&I consultant at that time. I was doing all the things. I even started executive coaching. So in essence, I had like 4 different jobs built up into the business, all of which I was doing. Okay. And so it was a little overwhelming and plus a little frustrating. Okay. Fast forward. What were the shifts that I made to go from multi six to multi seven? That's what tonight is all about. Okay. And really, when I think about it, it really centers around 3 core changes that I want to share with you. Okay. So the 3 core things that I did and that any of you can do if you find yourself in the space. What is up, Sean? I see you, girl, to move from multi six to multi seven. It really boils down to these 3 things. Number 1, amp up your visibility. Amp up your visibility. If you are in a space where you are hitting the same number every year, it's probably because you're probably operating within the same circles every year, and you're just you're good because you found a circle that you understand how to monetize, and you're going to those same sources and you're operating in those same spaces. But you need to, in essence, expand your territory, right? You need to expand your territory. And what I mean by that is not just in terms of expanding the number of clients, because that is going to come. But first, you have to expand the territory of your visibility. Do you hear me? Because when more people see you, when more people know that your business exists, when more people interact with your brand and they get the opportunity to experience the magic, the little je ne sais quoi that is you, okay, guess what? That's going to attract. That's going to attract more to you. Okay. So get beyond your comfort zone in terms of what you're even doing with marketing. Do some different things, or whatever you're doing, do it more frequently. Like, you have to think, how can I amp up my visibility? That's number one on the list. You must amp up your visibility. More people, my saying that I like to say all the time, your number one job as the face of your business is to make sure that more people know you tomorrow who knew you today, every day. Bam. Hear me on that. Each and every day, your number one job is to make sure that more people know you today than who knew you yesterday. That is the very definition of amping up your visibility. That is a core part of what you need to do at the face of your brand. Okay. Number one. Number two, increase your frequency. Okay. Now, there's a couple of ways that one can interpret that, right? Increasing your frequency, like, but that's not the way I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about increasing your frequency in terms of the number of times you are holding conversion events. Like, however you sell, do more of that ish. Okay. Do more of it. Okay. If you have gotten into a rhythm where you're selling, you're having, I don't know, a launch, or you're doing webinars, or you're doing live events, do more. I mean, it may seem simple, but it really is that simple. You are probably not doing as many as you could or should, definitely, in order to hit the revenue goals that you want to get to. All right. I know one major thing that I did back when one of the major revenue drivers of my business was having an annual event. Just one small tweak of moving it from one event a year to two events a year made a boatload of difference in the bottom line of my business. Now, it didn't necessarily take me to seven, but it definitely increased my bottom line significantly. What took me to seven was when I amplified, or I increased the types of conversion events that I did. So that wasn't just live events, but it was also online events. So then I could do the online events a lot more frequently than I could do live events. Live events are, at least at the scale that I do them, are a major undertaking. So doing them twice a year is a lot, because it will take several months for it all to come together. But when you're doing online conversion events, you can do that much more good Lord, frequently. Okay. I can't talk tonight, y'all. So increase your frequency in the state of, from the perspective of, sell more often. Whatever your conversion events are right now, do more of them. Right. So if you are a webinar queen and you're great at doing webinars, and you find that you're getting most of your clients and you're hitting multiple six figures by doing a webinar a quarter, imagine what would happen if you did a webinar every other month. That's what I'm talking about. Frequency. Increase the frequency. Okay. Then number three, this will really, those two alone will easily get you from multi-six to seven. Seriously. Those two alone, trust and believe, will easily get you to multi-six to seven, where you're amping up your visibility and increasing your frequency. That gets you from multi-six to seven like that. And it does not have to take long. I would argue that you still have time this year to get to seven figures. We're just one quarter in, you guys. We're just one quarter in. Who is going to call the game this early? Nobody. Okay. You still have 3/4 of this year left to hit your revenue goals. And so amp up that visibility, and frequency and see what a difference it's going to make by the time we get to December 31st, 2024. But if you are interested in not just hitting seven, but hitting multi seven, the last thing I'm going to tell you, oh my God, this is the holy grail. This is what's going to really do it for you. Okay. Now, hey, thanks, Jalima. The third thing is that you need to make sure that you have a built out multi-million dollar offer suite. Okay. That means that if you are already playing in the high ticket space, which is high tickets, is what I played in to go from six to multi six. Okay. And honestly, from six to multi six, I rode that sucker all the way to seven with having a high ticket offer that I sold frequently. Frequently. All right. I'm trying to even talk tonight. But what took me really from seven to multi seven was adding the cherry on top of an ultra high ticket offer. Okay. Okay. And what do I mean by that? All right. If you've been following for a minute, you probably know what I mean by that. But if not, let me let you know. What I mean by that is this is an offer that is at least at the 50K level. So these are uber high ticket offers. They are targeting a very, very elite buyer who is looking for elite level experiences and who's willing to pay for it. And so these offers are like 50K, 75K, 100K or more. When you play in that ultra high ticket space, let me tell you, you can quickly go from $1 million company to a multi-million dollar company like that. Like that. Here's the math. I just told you the last time I was on here with you guys, I shared with you the math. Simple math. Even if you go to the lower end of the ultra high ticket space, a 50K offer, you're going to get to an additional million in your business by just selling 20 of those. 20. Okay, not 2,000, but 20. All right. So think about that. What is that? What would that be like? It's game changing. Game changing. So when I talk about having a multi-million dollar offer suite, what I'm talking about is that that suite has got to reach all the way up to the ultra high ticket level in order for you to more easily make that leap all the way to the multi seven figure space. All right. So those are my 3 tips tonight that I can tell you you can use right now. Right now. Start using right today in your business. If you are stuck at multi six figures, there is no reason why you need to go into 2025 still stuck at multi six figures. Is this making sense to anybody? Is this making sense? Where do you find these people? Oh, I'm so glad that you asked that question. Because they're all around us. And I have a whole night where I am focusing on that at the Million Dollar Pivot. So if you have not already signed up for the milliondollarpivot.com, do sign up for that. Okay. Because in that training, not only am I taking you step by step through the process of designing your ultra high ticket offers, I'm also telling you how to attract the ultra high ticket buyer. Believe me, I'm not leaving that part out because it does not do you any good to have a beautiful offer design that you can't even tell to anybody, right? That don't help, right? So we are focusing there also on how to attract the ultra high ticket buyer and what are the key ways in which you can sell to that ultra high ticket buyer. Because I want you to know that of this is a different type of buyer. Like this is, I will say this. It's like you're not going to walk outside the door and like trip over a ultra high ticket buyer with every step that you take. Well, it depends upon where you are. Let me just say that. If you're in Dubai, you probably will. Okay. Okay. But what I want to say here is that typically in the universe, there are fewer of them, but generally speaking, there's enough of them to support multiple seven figures for a whole hell of a lot of people. The challenge is that many of us are gearing our marketing messages towards the masses, which is not who the ultra high ticket buyer is. You need to gear your messages towards the elite. All right. You're elite. And we will talk about exactly who they are, where you find them, how you reach them, how you connect with them as part of this training. So if you have not already make sure you are signed up for the $1 Million Pivot. It's very, very simple. You just go to the $1 million pivot.com, you sign up. I want you to also understand that when we're going to kick off on April 8th, so we're like less than 2 weeks away. Make sure that you grab your seat. And from there, we're going to break all of this down to you. This is the most important thing that you can do right now in order to be able to break through the limitations that you have in your business. All right. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope that this has been something that you will be able to utilize in your business, because I can tell you right now, there is no reason why you need to stay stuck at the multi six figure level. It's a wonderful place to be, but I always like to say 7 figures needs to be the standard. 7 figures needs to be your floor. And this is the most efficient way to get there. With that said, I hope this has been helpful, you guys. I look forward to seeing you in a little bit over a week at the Million Dollar Pivot. Until then, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye.